Welcome back from that short break. The conversation this morning on the show is we're getting to the very interesting part of the conversation because we're about to delve into something that concerns every living thing. Yes, if you have life, then you know that what flourishes that life is water. And what quality of water should life be taken? What quality of water should sustain life? How qualitative life itself is driven by how qualitative the water you have access to is. I am sure my guest this morning, Pharmacy Chukwumezie Okolo, PhD, the President and Executive Director of Right Place Health, will agree very much with me to say the quality of life depends on the quality of water we have access to. Do you agree, sir?
Yes, I do.
Good morning and welcome on the show this morning.
Thank you, Reverend.
Yes. Uh, whenever we talk about life, people just think life is abstract, forgetting that there are certain variables that must be in place for life to be enjoyable, for life to be qualitative, for life to be at its peak. And one thing we neglect, one thing we fail to acknowledge most times is water. Because we see this water, we feel like there's water everywhere. But how much of this water is actually qualitative enough to keep us having the best of life and wellness? That is what we are looking at this morning. Yes. Thank you once more and welcome on the show.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Pharmacy Chukwumezi Okolo is the president and executive director of Right Place Health. And I'm sure that will give you an idea of what the advocacy is about. But let's kickstart. Let me start by asking water, generally, what are the challenges that we would say exist in providing good water, generally?
Well, thank you again for having me on your show. Um, when it comes to water, we are what we drink. And so the quality of the water that we drink can determine the quality of life that we have. And because everyone drinks water on a daily basis, um, some of the after effects of the quality of water can build over time. So even though you're not feeling the immediate effect of it, it doesn't mean that the cumulative effect will not come and hit you someday. So going to your question, I think the biggest challenge in the production and the distribution of water is ensuring the quality of the water at the point of consumption. Because sometimes there's also a possibility that the quality of the water at production might be good, but the process of packaging and the storage and distribution and the time could come into play that the quality of the water at the point of consumption is now compromised. And so that is what this whole advocacy is about. What is the quality of the water that we have at the point of consumption?
Okay. Now, when we talk about the quality of life and how the quality of water affects it, what are some of these health challenges that could arise from one consuming unqualitative water?
Okay, thank you again. You see, when we talk about water-borne diseases or water-related diseases or water-associated diseases, people tend to think about cholera or typhoid or hepatitis A or any of those kind of things. While those diseases are waterborne or water-related or water-associated, there are also the non-communicable diseases that could arise from poor quality water. At the just concluded conference, one of our speakers spoke about how the contaminants in water can affect your cardiovascular health. He's a professor of cardiovascular medicine, and he talked about how something like lead in water can lead to higher rate of high blood pressure or can cause other heart related diseases. And also, you know that there are a lot of heavy metals that could be in the water, depending on the location. Some of these could be carcinogenic. So on the long run, you could find that some of the cancer that we have could be from the accumulation of the water or the contaminants that are in the water. So to summarize my point, when we look at the quality of water and its health implication, these could manifest either in the communicable or even in the non-communicable disease space. And so if we understand all of this, then we will understand the need for us to be assured of the quality of the water that we drink.
I know some time back there was a situation where certain people were reported to have lost their life as a result of lead that emanated from, I think, a mining site somewhere in Zamfara or Kan also that got into their drinking water, all of that. So this also falls within the category of some of the health challenges that could be born through unqualitative water.
Yes. And so when and that lead exactly is one of the big ones, which of course when it gets accumulated in your body at certain level, it leads to what they call lead poisoning. But even before you get to that level of lead poisoning, acute manifestations of lead poisoning, there's a chronic accumulation that could have led to increase in your blood pressure. Like I said, that professor of cardiovascular medicine stressed the need to look out for lead. And they have carried out some research in Lagos and some in Enugu, and I think some part of Ebonyi. And they have shown that the water in circulation, it has a higher level of lead than is recommended by WHO. And so that cannot be called a quality water. Over the years, when we talk about access, it's either we forget the quality part or we assume that quality is embedded in access. But in Right Place, we said that access without quality is equal to cholera. Access without quality is typhoid. Access without quality is hepatitis A and all waterborne diseases. And so if we do not deliberately and intentionally make quality a subject, it may be overlooked, it may be missed in the discussion. We agreed that waterborne diseases can be eradicated in Africa, that all of us must join hands to make that happen. Government has a role to play, the community has its own role to play, the people, if you see something, you have to say something. And we are just talking about the water we drink. We haven't even gone to the water that we use for other wash activities. Or if we even go to the water that we use in our institutions, our primary health care and secondary health institutions that don't even have water at all. So, but if we all see it that we are all partners with government to guarantee the quality, the producers, the distributors, anybody who is involved in water production or distribution or whatever, he sees himself as a partner in regulating himself and in challenging himself and in upholding the quality standards. Then we'll be able to reduce both our under 5 mortality, be able to reduce diarrhea-related diseases, we'll be able to reduce waterborne diseases. We'll live a better life.
The quality of life truly depends on the quality of the water that we have access to. And this is not just the water we consume directly, but the water that is available for us to use for other of our daily needs and activities. This is truly inspiring. I know we are running out of time, but I would just like to ask, from that conference, there must have been some strategies that you discussed and came up with to be able to mitigate this unqualitative water as well as ensuring water availability in places where water is not even available. Can you share one or two with us?
Yes, sir. One of the things that we came up with from the conference is the what we call beyond access ambassadors. These are our grassroots volunteers. We want to have them in down to every local government and every city. And these ambassadors are going to be our eyes and the extension of our mouth and the extension of our hands in the local communities. When they see anything that looks like waterborne disease, they will report it to our portal. Then we'll be able to investigate that. Then we'll get back to whoever is packaging. And then, of course, the appropriate authorities will work with them to make sure that the water they are packaging and distributing within our systems meet every quality standard. So we're already recruiting, and people are already signing up for for the Beyond Access ambassadors. On our website, you will see the link there, rightplacehealth.org/ambassadors. Number two, we also came up with what we call Beyond Access Quarterly. It's a magazine that is going to chronicle what we are doing or what other players are doing within the water quality space across the country to ensure quality, because we are going to use that to showcase what good looks like and what bad looks like. And then we're hoping that with the magazine, through our ambassadors, we'll be able to capture in real time statistics that are being missed, numbers of people that are being missed, through the, within the local communities. Because sometimes also it might be difficult to count exactly what's going on. We believe that with the quarterly, we'll be able to show just how bad waterborne diseases are and what we are doing as a people. And then, of course, the third thing that we also resolve is that our Beyond Access Quality Matters Conference is going to be a yearly thing. So August 21 and 22 next year, 2025, we'll be having our episode number 2. And in that particular episode, we'll be looking at community-based interventions towards the eradication of waterborne diseases. So in that case, we're going to be able to see, attract all major players across Africa, and we'll be able to share experiences and share best practices, and then and strengthen ourselves to be able to go back to the community and be partners with the government in ensuring waterborne diseases can be eradicated. But in all, we agreed that waterborne diseases can be eradicated in Africa if all of us join hands and make it happen.
Yes, it is doable, it is possible. It just needs people who are intentionally driven to ensure the wellness of one and all of us. Are you such a person? There is a real opportunity for you to be one of these ambassadors. You had the website, you could go there, click on that link, and register to become one of the ambassadors. The issue of quality water is one that concerns all of us, so all hands must be on deck. You heard our guest, Pharmacy Chukwumezi Okolo, the President and Executive Director of Right Place Health, tell us that we have to take this fight into our own hands, meaning each person has a role to play. Each one tell one. If you're watching, tell somebody that ensuring quality water in our immediate environment is now his or her responsibility. It's a pleasure to have you on the show this morning, sir. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and by the grace of God, next year, the second edition of that conference, we'll be there to bring you all those messages and all the success stories that Right Place, in partnership with government and all the stakeholders, have been able to do. So, play your part next year. We would be able to say we have eradicated by 90% all water-related diseases by the grace of God.
Yes.
Yes. The program is still Good Morning Abuja. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, there's still a lot that we have lined up for you.